Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Time for another day in the life of a DJ. This DJ, anyway. Yep, I just got back from running a couple errands, letting the dog out of the kennel. We've been gone 5 minutes. Don't get any ideas, dog. And I'm getting back to doing some work today. Today, I've been working on music. A lot of it. I've been preparing my weddings for the weekend and all that good stuff. And the next thing I'm going to do for it all is actually charts. So first, I'll show you all what I did for the weekend. My weddings are prepared, and I prepare all of my music in iTunes. So I've done a couple of things. For starters, I have got both of my weddings prepared for the weekend. On Friday, I'm doing the whole thing, ceremony through the end of the day, end of the reception's dance. So you got me here with their ceremony, simple 4 songs, and they want a fairly basic prelude before all of that. Here are their important dances, Fortunate Son being their grand march. Then from there, I've got their first dance, father, daughter, mother, son, and then the must plays for the reception. I've also done the same for my Saturday wedding, grand march, because I'm only doing the entire reception. So I got the grand march, first dance, father, daughter, mother, son. And then for the reception, because I'm a club DJ, I've done a little bit more work on this, and I've actually got different versions of certain songs. For example, pending where we are in the night, I've been told by brides and groom to quit playing clean versions. So for all the hits that might be questionable, I've put in clean and dirty versions. I've got 64 tracks for Saturday. And there's, like you'll see, like Cotton Eye Joe, yes, they asked for it. But I've got 2 versions of it. One's an extended intro, and then one's just the basic original version of the song. Then anywhere from the biggest hit of the summer so far, it seems, has been Lizzo, Truth Hurts. So I've got 2 different versions of it. And whenever I play it, I always play it around 90 BPM. I don't slow it down. I want the speedier version of it. I always try to push a beat. Now, since I've done that, I have to do a wedding expo on Sunday, the Cooley Dream Wedding Expo. And if anybody remembers, I've posted it, $700 for your entire day if you sign with me at the expo. But another part of the day of the life of this DJ is slideshow, and here we go. This is what I've got going for the expo. So just different pictures. That's from Carly's. That's my uplighting at Stony Creek in Alaska before they burned down. Cahoots and Menominee. So I've got a slideshow prepared for my table, and I got my TV downstairs to bring along with me for that. But the other thing I've done today, like I said, it's music. I will always stress, being a DJ, the most important thing you have to deal with is your music. And with music in mind, if you look at these folders here, yes, I call them new shit. It's all my new stuff. And the newest one today, I've got 163 songs I've recently downloaded from this week through today. And I'm going to go through this, and the next thing first thing I do is I sort all of this to see if there's tracks I know I have to play. From there, and it's been a little difficult recently because Billboard has stopped actually doing all of their charts. So I don't know if all DJs do this, but because I do clubs and weddings, I look at the weekly charts every couple of weeks. Nowadays, they're only, for example, showing the Hot 100. Everything else with Billboard you have to subscribe to. But it's a necessary evil, so to speak, that I need. Not an evil, it's a tool. Just like everything else in the DJ world that I use on my computer and whatnot, it's a tool to help me better prepare for what I'm doing. So today I'm going through charts. And here's the Billboard chart for this week, or the top Hot 100. And honestly, I've now found other resources in which to find hot tracks. One is Spotify, and then YouTube will also be another one I tend to use to get my hot tracks. So here's the top club hits on Spotify up to date so far. And I will go through several different mediums to find the hot tracks nowadays. Yes, I go back to Chicago's B96, where I'm from. they've got some of the hottest tracks, or they play some of the hotter tracks. And I'm going to definitively say probably a little bit quicker than La Crosse gets their hands on them or plays them, at least so I've noticed. And I will then go through looking at, the top charts for any possible genre I can find that I DJ. And here's their current playlist, and I'll look it over. For example, Shameless, Camila Cabello. I might, seeing what they're playing on the air, I might work that into my set. Someone You Love from Lewis, yeah, I'm playing a version of that, but I'm playing a dancier version. It's a really good song, but this is what I'm doing for today. I've gotten all my promo and prep work done for the week, and the other thing I've done is gone through my weddings, and I've backtracked to look at the emails that I've taken from all these weddings to make for this weekend anyway, and just to make sure I've got everything in order. So here are my 2 weddings for the weekend. Both are pretty straightforward weddings for me, but one of them I had a lot of notes to type up. For example, how they want me to stage and time out their grand march to their number 1 song lists. And then this is an example of when I take some time just for my own personal benefit to piece all of their notes together into my rider and info sheet. It makes it easier for me when I'm going through and doing their wedding that day. I like to have everything fairly organized and orderly. It might have been a joke, but the record shop I used to work at, the Record Exchange, the owner had no clue about organizational skills. He was kind of nuts. I don't know. But he always had this dumbass saying, organization is the key to success. But he could never achieve that organization. However, so for me, I want to be as organized as I possibly can every step of what I'm doing. And that's another thing they don't teach you about being a DJ. You might organize, music, but organizing everything you do, if you do it all yourself. Only thing I don't do is drive to all of my gigs. I have a good friend of mine, Cassandra, drive my gigs, especially like last weekend when I was in Chicago Friday, back to La Crosse at 8 a.m. Saturday to DJ. I'm asleep in the car and let somebody make sure I don't get in a car accident. Helps out a lot. Or like this coming next week, I've got some crazy, crazy things going on. So next week, I'm going to have my driver with me every day, even though some of my gigs are in La Crosse. Hey, Mike, what's up? It's a week in the life of a DJ, or this DJ anyway, and we're on day 4, Thursday. So, yeah, when I'm out of town, unless I'm DJing at the downtown strip of La Crosse where I can leave my gear, someone else is driving me around. A couple years ago, I got pulled over twice in 1 week, and no moving violation or anything, but a couple of tickets. Then from there, I almost fell asleep behind the wheel coming back from a gig in Minnesota. At that point, I'm like, it would just be best to have somebody else protect myself, my gear, and more importantly, the other drivers on the road. So I have a driver. Only employee of the DJ Bretley Experience. But, yeah. And next week's one of those gigs. I've got weeks. Wednesday at Driftless Arcade. Thursday at Legends in Rochester. Friday morning at 4 a.m. at Burn Boot Camp. So I'm literally leaving Legends in Rochester on Thursday going into Friday and going straight to Burn Boot Camp to do a bunch of their workouts. And then from Burn Boot Camp, I get a 3-hour break between their morning and afternoon workouts. And then out to Tavern 129 in Winona to go to bar time. Then a wedding. And then another club gig. So there's a lot going on this week for the DJ Bretley Experience. And that's part of the reason we have a driver. But for now, because I'm in a club tonight, gotta get done, get that working on those club tracks, the new hits, and get my charts caught up. It's pretty important. Or at least I think the charts are pretty important. And then from there... All right, I'm back, everybody. Had a quick phone call. So now I'm going to start working on my charts like I was saying. Music being the most important thing that a DJ handles. That's what we'll talk about being an MC later. Oh, A Lot of Shots is online. A Lot of Shots is one of the hardest working queens that I've ever seen. not to mention one of the best hosts and MCs. So if you're looking for pointers about being an MC or a host, that's something you would want to take a look at, or someone you'd want to take a look at, because being a host and an MC is something that's just as important when you're live as a DJ. So anyway, I've got a lot to get caught up on, and then I got to get Mira in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'm going to sign off. I'm going to check back with you from when I get to Rochester tonight, and maybe even on the road in 3.0 with Cassandra. So it's DJ Brettley, day 4 of a week in the life of a DJ. Talk to y'all soon.